I've upskilled, yes. My mental model is good, yes. But how do you then articulate it so you can get an interview, get a job, and nail the job? You have to figure out the things you're good at, the things you like, and the things that are useful. Those three things are mutually exclusive, which means that those three things do not have to be the same, but you have to know them. There are some people who are good at some things, really good, but that's not the things that they like or the things that are useful. Okay. I learned very early on that I was somewhat good in tech, and I'll use tech as a broad term. I knew how to figure out things that users were not good at when it came to back in the day, using Microsoft Word or whatever was there before it. What was there before Microsoft? WordStar. Anyway, I'm not even going to date myself. Lotus 1, 2, 3, Excel. Like, I was good at those things. Those are not things that I liked. And in fact, today, I love this more than I love tech. But there's the things that I like, which is this: behavior, people, personality, things. But the things that I'm good at are tech. And the things that are useful right now are tech. So the thing that I'm going to focus on is tech in terms of making a living. And so that's what I need all of you to do, is to recognize that there are things you like, there are things that you're good at, but more importantly, there are things that are useful. And the things that are useful are the ones that provide value and the ones that people are going to pay you for. And once you realize that, then I need you to be able to talk about it. Your LinkedIn profile has to be tip top. You have to show your landings. What did you land? What did I land? I landed this multi-million-dollar project. What was the impact? This multi-million-dollar project reduced cycle time from 15 days to 1 day, resulting in revenue acceleration because we were able to go to market faster than anyone else. How did you do it? I brought a team of cross-functional people together, everyone from engineering all the way to product development to sales. And I was able to create this cohesive cross-functional team that I worked with for 18 months. Why was that? What was, like, by the way, what was the business problem? The business problem was it was just taking us long to launch a product, right? When you start with landings, someone pays attention. When you start with what was the business problem, people get bored. Let me repeat that. When you start with landings, people pop up. They're like, now they're interested in knowing you. If you start with what the business problem was, people get bored, which is very counterintuitive for what we were taught. We were taught, state the business problem, state your process of solving it, state what the impact was, state what the landing was. People don't have time to go through that. So start with the landing. I developed a web page in 5 hours that reduced the amount of, that increased the traffic for users from 5% to 100%. Wow, now I'm interested. Now I can read about the how and the why. Half of getting a job, getting promoted, comes from already doing the things that you do. People are already doing all these things. The other half is in telling the story. So strategy is being able to articulate the story, articulate your value worth through the story. And you have to provide evidence by what it is that you have accomplished. You see, it's not about you. It's about your value worth. What does the other person, organization, company, client perceive about the value you can create for them? When you go out and you interview, when you go out and you start a business, when you go out and you're trying to gather customers, when you go out and you're trying to do all this stuff, it's not about what you think about yourself. It's about the person on the other side saying, I'm willing to pay this person $250,000 a year because I think they're going to bring me more value than I'm paying them. I want you to think about that. I'm willing to pay this person $250,000 a year because they're going to bring me more value than what I'm paying them. Versus, hey, pay me $250,000. Why? Yeah, because I've always liked to work. I've always wanted to be in tech. I've always wanted to be in Google. I've always wanted, it's not about you. It's about the value that the other person sees in what it is that you articulate.